Surprise, surprise, it's sunny right now. So much for the forecast of the rain all day from yesterday, huh? Again, the wacky weather. I saw some funny videos and stuff today where one thing just led to another, which actually led to some drone related stuff, which is kind of cool. But for the funny video, I guess I won't spoil it because it's kind of short, but this one was about a guy just joking about how to get away from cops. Yeah, I'll link the video below, you guys should see it. It's only a couple of seconds, but it's kind of hilarious. Basically that video then led me to this one for some reason, which talked about drones, and it was about teenagers that used drones to capture criminals. To my understanding, the family was on a vacation and they had a boat, and for whatever reason, I guess there was another couple or pair of people who decided to steal it. So basically they were out of luck. They tried taking like camera footages, I guess with their smartphone at first, but what good would that do, right? They're on a boat stealing the other person's boat and trying to like go right across the water. So what the kids did was they took out their drones and they started to follow it, and as they followed it, they contacted the police. Apparently the battery started to run out, but because of the drone, they had enough information on the GPS and everything where eventually they busted them. So that was great, and everybody praised it and all that, and it just made me think, well, here's a great example on how you can use drones like in an everyday situation to help people. It brings me back to the point too, like with the dumb laws here in Canada. But what would you do in that case? You have a drone, like an item that could clearly help in a situation to go after the quote bad guys, so to speak. But because of the law in this case, oh no, you're around like buildings, I suppose. You're around people, but still, would you actually fly it in this case despite the law? But at the same time, doesn't this make you think the law makes absolutely no sense in terms of banning drones in every single way, like for a recreational drone flyer? It's kind of funny too because one of the comments for some of the news people, they were saying, wow, look at the footage, it looks so clear. I guess they're too used to like chopper footages, which is even what I said about the floodings and stuff in Canada, where I said, look at those videos and stuff you're giving, they're so blurry, but the recreational drone flyer, they're giving you the clear videos. Like I said, one video just kind of led to another, and usually one of the other topics aside from privacy is drones crashing into airplanes is going to be so deadly. And the funny thing is, even for myself, I mean, here in Canada at least, I mean, feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, but I've actually never heard of a story of, say, a drone crashing into an airplane that caused it to crash into the ground, causing all this mayhem. I mean, to me, that's mostly just public hysteria, just to justify things like these dumb laws. And funny enough, it seemed like just recently there was an airplane crash, and look at this, like, video, holy cow. In many ways, I was trying to think like, okay, is this like a fake video too? But apparently there were ground videos and all that, or not videos, like photos of them as well. Like this one was captured with the dash cam of a car. But how many of these actually happen on a frequent basis? Like an actual airplane of this size crashing? And I was even doing it for fun. Like I did like a Google search. I was like, okay, let's do it for fun, like airplane crash. And look at this. And I was just looking at this and what? There's another one in Victoria? Like just today apparently? If I'm not mistaken? Why aren't people going crazy over this? Look at the size of these airplanes. Why aren't people being afraid of these instead of drones? I mean, would you say in those cases, uh-oh, you better ban all airplanes from the sky because, you know, the accidents, they can happen, which in this case, they do happen, and it seems like in a more frequent basis. Isn't a huge plane more deadly than a little tiny toy drone, if that's what you want to call it? Especially like the ones here in the laws where they ban 250-gram drones. Is that really more deadly than a huge airplane here full of fuel and all that? Doesn't exactly make sense in many ways, does it? When you think of it even from a safety perspective, it actually makes absolutely no sense. Although I'm glad there's even people from other countries like you guys mentioned, other than Canada, where you guys recognize how crazy the laws are and how, I don't know, delusional, if you want to say, the transport minister is. Kind of makes me interested in what the numbers are in terms of how many people there are flying planes every day and how many people there are flying drones every day, and what the percentage of accidents are. Because based on this news, it sounds like there's actually more plane crash accidents overall in a year than actual drones, which should make you wonder again, is this truly all about safety? Man, look what we have here. One of you guys just sent me an email right now saying, hi, did you see the clip CBC has on its website with drone footage of narwhal hunting cod with their tusks? Not only are they within 75 meters of animals, at the end it says the video is funded by the federal government. Not only that, but the drone footage is helping to answer a big long-standing unanswered question in biology about evolutionary purpose of their enormous tusk. Thanks for all your work and insights on the weird drone laws. Well, thank you for your comment, and no, I didn't read this, so I'll read it right now. Let's see what's it about. Alright, so it looks like, so as mentioned, even on the site, it says Department of Fisheries and Ocean scientists are sharing a video of something they say has never been captured before. Narwhal using their tusks to hunt cod. And basically it shows like a video here and so forth, and on the top it says it was captured by a drone footage. Funny enough, for a person like myself, I'd be completely ignorant about this. Like if I was there filming it with my drone, I'd be like, okay, just looks like some animals and water. For me, it's just like, okay, nice scenery, I'll film it. I'd have no clue if this was actually never done before or anything like that. It makes you think too. I mean, here's an example, I guess, of today. If this is so like revolutionary, like no one's ever done it before, thanks to the technology of drones, again, why are people so afraid of the technology now? Like, is it just when the government uses it, it's okay? Like, what happens if a recreational drone flyer captured this? I'm assuming this company has an SFOC, okay? That's my assumption, if they're doing this for like a government work, and it was government funded. But in general, if this stuff is actually that rare, don't you want more people trying to capture footages like this? I mean, it even says here, we need to pursue this further to see if they use this kind of behavior often. So yeah, again, like why not emphasize the point? You never would have had this footage if it wasn't because of a drone. So why not emphasize the positiveness of it? I mean, if this was like any of the other negative stories, they'd be milking it for all it's worth, saying, oh my god, they're so dangerous and this and this. Why don't you clamor about the positives here as well? About the 75 meters around the animals and all that, like again, I assume these people had permission to do it, so according to the government, it's okay for them. For me, the only thing that would come to my mind about that is, if the narrative again is you should never ever fly drones near an animal because it could give them a heart attack because of the noise, then that should hold true regardless if someone has a license or not. You can't have a double standards here if you say you want to protect the animals over that. So in that sense, I don't think I'm going to hear any arguments about that, or is there? Because if there is, you should ban commercial drone flyers as well from preventing people from doing these studies. Or are you telling me that sounds unfair now, in terms of you're using this for the good? Well, hey, maybe we're on the same side when it comes to drone technology, hey? I would say even think of this from a general point of view. I mean, to me anyways, it doesn't seem like the drone bothers the animal at all. But because of the laws, for example, are you telling me, like for the sake of like science and all that, that because of these dumb drone laws in Canada, that we should not have even got that footage in general? I would imagine too, with more recreational drone flyers, the more chances you have of catching things like this. Because there will probably be people like me who are just filming just for fun, and who knows what I capture, then someone else next to it will come by and say, that's actually a first. With all these things coming up every day to show you the benefits of drones and how in terms of danger, if you think about it, it's no more, if not less than dangerous than, like say, an aircraft in the air. How could anyone say this is all about safety still? Or at the same time, when it comes to like these interim drone laws, how can you not say it's overboard? I mean, look at the things you could be missing out, like with this, for example. I mean, let me see the transport minister praise this today and spending like a lot of time saying the benefits of drones, or at the same time, let me hear the big press conference from him saying the dangers of airplanes because of that crash in Victoria today. You think it's gonna happen? I don't think so, which again makes me think this isn't about safety. Alright, see you guys later.